Contour, line, and blind contour drawings. You've seen some examples of contour line drawings from famous artists. Contour lines are lines that surround and define the edges of a subject, giving it shape and volume. These should not be confused with a form's outlines. In contour drawings, you draw the most important lines and break it down to its essential parts. Contour drawing is the marvelous simplicity and elegance of line design. Successful contour drawing is characterized by perception and control and demands the experience of visual and graphic practice to achieve competence. Note the difference in a silhouette, which would be an outline, contours and suggestive contours. Blind contour drawing is drawing while looking only at the subject and never looking at your paper. You learn to see the essential parts of the image, throw out the non-essential details. You're using your right side of your brain. Distance will not be applicable, and that means your drawings won't look good or realistic. But the more you practice them, the better they will look, because your eye and your hand will learn to communicate. You'll have several exercises to do this week. Draw your own hand as a blind contour drawing. You've already drawn it as a regular contour, and now you will draw it without looking at the paper. Try to spend about 5 minutes per drawing. Do 4 total drawings, each with your hand in a different position. These don't have to all be done in the same sitting. Then do 2 more blind contour drawings. Choose 2 different objects instead of drawing the same object twice. And try to find something that's interesting, not something flat or smooth, because there's not as many interesting contour lines to draw. Your shoes are great for this. You'll do a modified blind contour drawing, where you'll select one of the objects that you drew and draw it a second time, where you peek at the paper every once in a while to see where your pencil is, but then continue drawing after you look back at the object. The drawing will be closer to true contour because you can cheat to be sure you're staying on track. All of these drawing exercises are training your eyes and hand to draw what you actually see, not what you think you see. This helps you create more realistic interpretations of the objects you choose to draw. Now for the last part of the assignment, you'll do a continuous line drawing where you do not pick up your pencil. Mistakes will help you learn. If you make a mistake, just correct the line and move on with the rest of the drawing. Leave the mistake on the paper. I gave you some pieces of tracing paper in your art supplies. Use 1 sheet. Save the other 3 because we will use these in other exercises. Pick out a picture. Try to find a high contrast picture, like a black and white or something in bright daylight, because that will help you see the image through the tracing paper. On the tracing paper, you'll pick a starting point. All of these contour line drawings are great practice to keep your eye and hand trained to communicate together. So don't just stop here. Every now and then, go back and revisit these kind of exercises to keep your hands and eye communicating.